Where do you think it goes? Do you think it
What?
just the whole UFO conversation? Do you think this ends with something getting unveiled, the Area 51, a saucer in a hangar? Do you think the president
I feel like that moment right there, the president makes an announcement. I always think about that, and I always think about how many people be like, "Well, Trump said it. I don't believe it."
Right.
Or then there's the people that, "Oh, Trump said it. Well, I definitely believe it."
Yeah.
But I know that the weight of that is somewhat diminished in this term. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something about it. I mean, if he comes out and says that shit, everyone's gonna be like, "Well, why did he say that?"
Totally.
What else? Well, we know already, but where's the video? They show you the video.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's AI.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, honestly, you gotta be like, hey, they gotta be here with us.
Yep.
You know, and like, it's gonna take so much, I think, at this point. You can have the material. I got this piece of metal. Scan it.
Yeah.
You saw a motherfucking like frozen alien or something yourself, right? You see like
I might have.
Yeah,
I might have. I saw
like
a thing with 3 fingers and 3 toes.
What do they call it? The
tridactyl beings in Peru, dated from the Nazca period, where there's cave art all over there. One of the bioinformatics genetics people found a mutation that matches a human mutation that involves digit differences on the finger. Crazy stuff. That one of them has a fetus that might be tridactyl inside of it.
Yeah, but eggs, right?
One has eggs.
Yeah, one has eggs.
So it's like,
but
yeah.
Isn't Jaime Maussan part of that
situation?
Yeah. He's a known fraud. So like, it's all bullshit, isn't it?
And
I don't know. I'm just saying. That's
I spent a lot of time with Jaime. I love Jaime. I think he's awesome.
I went to the unveiling of
you did?
LA.
That's right.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, it was
like
like down the street from my house, basically. So I was like, shit, I'm going there. I'm going to check that out.
What was your take when, like, on the spot with the beings?
Well, they didn't have them there.
Okay.
There was a presentation, like, saying that they are, they were showing the photos and the X-rays and all that stuff.
Yep.
So it was a little hard to really have an opinion when you're not seeing it with
Sure.
But I just take it all with a grain of salt. I find it fascinating. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Met a couple cool people there.
Yeah.
And left.
That's the move, man. You have the right orientation towards this whole subject, which is like, it's fun and like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I will say though, there's times where I'm like, nah, man, this is real as hell. There's been those moments, but then there's been moments where, it's just like, well, of course it's us.
Yeah.
Of course it's our technology. Why would they want to say, why would they want to admit that, we're making all these crazy
anti-gravity propulsion.
Why would they want to share that with anyone?
I think the way to back them into a corner is you go as deep as you can on the anti-gravity stuff, and then you go as deep as you can on the UFO stuff, and then it's like, okay, unless you have all these fighter pilots lying, then one of these is right. You know?
Yeah.
So I would think.
Hey, man, I'm not saying the pilots are wrong, but maybe they're seeing Lockheed Martin stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The whole Jake Barber stuff.
Yeah.
With the Skywatcher stuff. That's really fascinating.
Super trippy. Really interesting.
That when Jake Barber came out on that, what was it, with Ross Cohart when it came out, man, that video, he was like talking the whole time. Me and my buddy was like, all right, let's take a shot if he blinks. This cat didn't blink at all. We were sober like a motherfucker the whole time.
That's funny.
But man, it's really interesting, fascinating stuff. And I don't mean to poke fun or whatever, but I think if you follow this stuff, I really do hope that you have a sense of humor about it. Because
you need to.
You got to. It's just like, you get so worked up. People get so worked up over these things. I can tell just by the tweets and seeing stuff. But yeah, people need to touch grass and be with families,
Sometimes people get so heated. I'm like, just relax. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. If it is true, your life is not going to change.
Yeah.
You're still going to have to go to work tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah. Whatever it is, at least right now, is like weakly entangled with our reality. Yeah. Like you got to still be a good person. You got to pay your bills. You got to do all these things that aliens don't really affect it that much.
Man. And like, I'm sorry if Ross Cohart really knows where there's a giant UFO, he knows where it is. I feel like there's ways of leaking that information that doesn't, get anyone hurt.
I just interviewed him, and of course I asked him that. Is there anything? Joe Rogan just talked about this. Everybody talks about this amazing bombshell thing that you reported on. You know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
This UFO possibly found in that they needed to build a bunker around that was like, a mile plus long. Anything you can say about it?
I do not resile from saying what I've said previously, which is that there is a buried, or at least built upon, UFO that was too big to move.
And that's it. He did not. Give me the answer.
Something tells me, he might be bending the truth a little bit,
I don't know. He implied, and I can say this because he said this to me and it's coming out. He was like, it's an extremely sensitive site that you'd endanger personnel on the ground, like maybe soldiers or something. So that makes me think like current war zone.
It's a very sensitive place. That should be enough of a guide for you. And to reveal the full extent of what I know would compromise the lives of young men and women who are doing good things for America, completely separate from the UAP program, and they're probably oblivious to what's sitting downstairs.
There's ways to leak information.
Yeah.
He knows that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to trace back.
Come to him, right?
Yeah.
Ross.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
If you can really change the world,
you
should.
Yeah. Come on, Ross.
So that's it. It's like,
I understand his spot though, too. Because say he hasn't fully corroborated that that's true. Like somebody
shouldn't be saying shit.
Then he shouldn't be saying shit.
Yeah,
right.
He shouldn't be going, because he's very confident when he says that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. So it's like, have
different.
You seen it? Or,
I remember when the Chinese drones were flying over, and he was always like, my sources say this, and my sources say that. And he's so confident about sources, and then his sources keep changing the story.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, he just came out with something about the drones recently.
His sources did.
Yeah, his sources did.
Yeah.
He said that something about the drones being American military exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
His sources told him it was the Chinese, too. Before, at first, it was like, there's some, if anyone out there is really about to change the world with this stuff, I feel like the powers that be might forgive you, might not go to jail forever, might not get executed.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it if you really got the goods.
Right. Yeah, like,
would you do it?
You'd be the people's champion. I would do it if I wouldn't be torpedoing, like if it was like a person that was like, you will get me killed or something, like I can't do that. But if it was
like, you'd be like Julian Assange, dude. Like you don't want to.
But look at where Julian Assange is, man.
But
it's not a fun life.
But
the
difference though, right, is like that information is totally different than
true. It's not like you're just going head to head with Mike Pompeo and the CIA.
It's totally different.
It's like, this is just pro-human. You'd be the people's champion.
Yeah. I mean,
They're,
People like Luigi, man. Whatever, like, yo, that's
100%.
Next level. You could play him in a movie.
What's that?
You could play Luigi in a movie.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah.
I heard Super Mario's brothers it was a very high grossing film.
Man.
So, you got to pay a pretty penny if you want me as rocking my green.
I'm talking about the fucking guy who killed the
Luigi
Mangione.
God damn, man, why are you going to throw that at me? The United Healthcare killer?
But you know what? He was the people's champ.
He was a people's champ, for a while. I
don't
don't quite know why. I mean, I kind of get it, because United Healthcare sucks, It's like, also, fuck that guy. Not that he deserved whatever happened. But.
It's a weird one. I don't think that killing people is the way forward.
Definitely
with anything. But in terms of making a difference and stuff, if you got the goods like that, like UFO goods like that, like world changing, come on, man.
It's interesting. I think you met my buddy Chris Ramsey. We were hanging out in Austin. Amazing magician, has an awesome channel, Area 52.
Yeah.
He asked me on the podcast, he was like, is it the logical conclusion that you will be shown a UFO? I hadn't even thought of that. That maybe.
You personally?
Yeah, like that'd be cool. Like, I wonder if like Art Bell was shown, you know, our
Right,
coast to
yeah,
coast.
of course, yeah.
Like, was he shown a UFO? Like, he had these things, arts parts, these little bits and pieces of UFO stuff.
I don't know that.
And I wonder if he was ever given access to anything, because he was in Nevada area, and like, I don't know, he just had so many crazy whistleblowers back then.
Yeah.
It's interesting. People think the whistleblower thing is a new phenomenon. Like, then people would call in and they're like, we're doing time travel stuff at Area 51.
Yeah.
They know I'm running from them. I just quit or whatever. Like, people would call in saying this shit. It was crazy.
I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharged. Well, this was certainly interesting. We are now on a backup system, everybody. A backup system. And that one caller that I had on the air, I guess we were about in the middle of his transmission, his telephone call, which was one of the strangest ones I've ever had. And the entire transmitting system by satellite went down here, and we were notified we were off the air. And it would appear to be from this end and some sort of massive transmit failure. So we are now using a backup system to be on the air. And not that I would normally believe this kind of thing, mind you, but I can't help but wonder if somebody zapped us in some way.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, if they got the goods, someone needs to say something, or else you're just going to get a bunch of the same stuff that we've been seeing. It's going to take a lot to move the needle, I think, at this point. You know, everyone's like waiting for that movie with The Age of Disclosure to come out or whatever. Like, that's going to make a difference. It ain't going to make a difference. Like, it's just going to be another same people talking the same thing, ain't showing nothing different.
Yeah.
You know?
Different parts of the brain have different activities.